Welcome to this edition of News Today, a series where we briefly discuss and analyze important news of the day. Without delay, let's explore the headlines first. State visit of French President Emmanuel Macron to India as Republic Day chief guest. Indian Navy will monitor Chinese ship in Indian Ocean heading to Maldives. Cabinet approves protocol for establishment of Joint Economic and Trade Committee between India and the Dominican Republic. Investment Forum for Advancing Climate Resilient Agri-Food System has been launched in India. Ministry of Education releases All India Survey on Higher Education 2021-2022. Nitrogen gas has been used for execution for the first time in the United States. Starting with the first news. State visit of French President Emmanuel Macron to India as Republic Day chief guest. The state visit of President Macron has yielded significant outcomes across various sectors, further strengthening the strategic partnership between India and France. If we talk about the key outcomes of this visit, then one of the key highlights is the finalization of the roadmap for India-France Defence Industrial Partnership. This roadmap prioritizes co-designing, co-development and co-production in several crucial domains including space technologies, maritime technology, robotics, artificial intelligence, autonomous vehicles and platforms, and cyber defense. Additionally, a letter of intent has been signed for the Defense Space Partnership. In the realm of space cooperation, a memorandum of understanding has been inked between New Space India Limited and Ariane Space SAS for satellite launches, fostering collaboration in the space sector. The aviation sector also witnessed a significant development with the signing of an MOU between Tata Advanced Systems Limited and Airbus. This agreement paves the way for the establishment of an assembly line for H-125 helicopters, further boosting cooperation in the aerospace industry. Scientific cooperation took center stage as well, with agreements for joint research in clean energy focusing on decarbonized hydrogen, applied mathematics, digital technologies, and precision agriculture. Several other key announcements were made during the visit. The year 2026 has been designated as the India-France Year of Innovation. The Eiffel Tower is set to operationalize the Unified Payments Interface or UPI, providing a seamless digital payment experience for visitors. Furthermore, the Solar Academy under the Star Sea program of the International Solar Alliance will be established in Senegal. The Young Professional Scheme under the Migration and Mobility Partnership Agreement has been operationalized to facilitate the exchange of professionals between the two nations. Taking a broader look at the India-France relationship, the diplomatic ties were established in 1948 and elevated to a strategic partnership in 1998. France holds the position of the second largest defense equipment supplier to India, providing crucial assets such as Rafale aircraft and P-75 Scorpene submarines. The two nations have a robust history of joint military exercises including Varuna, Fringex and Garud. In the space domain, collaborative efforts have been seen in joint research programs and satellite launches, including projects such as GSAT-30 and GSAT-24. The cooperation extends to the civil nuclear domain with the Jaitpur Nuclear Power Project and joint efforts in ITER. In our next news, Indian Navy will monitor Chinese ship in Indian Ocean heading to Maldives. A Chinese research vessel, Xiangyang Hong 03, on its way to Maldives could be the latest flashpoint in diplomatic tussles between India and Maldives. This development raises concerns in India as India has previously viewed the presence of such vessels near its shores, including in Sri Lanka in 2022, as problematic. Let's start by first understanding Indian concerns and objections in the matter. The Indian Ocean is strategically significant and both India and China have interests in the region. Movement of Chinese ships in this area might be seen as part of China's broader maritime strategy and its effort to expand its influence. Also, China's increasing presence in the area could alter the regional balance of power and challenge India's influence. China has set up a military base in Djibouti and has developed several dual-use ports in Sri Lanka, Myanmar, and Pakistan, among other countries. Additionally, China's string of pearls strategy involves establishing a network of naval bases and infrastructure in the Indian Ocean encircling India. Any Chinese presence in the Maldives could be viewed with suspicion by India. Moreover, China has been expanding its economic influence as recently Maldives signed several new agreements with China, including ones on climate, agriculture, and infrastructure. India has employed a multifaceted approach to counter China's growing influence in the Indian Ocean region. One crucial strategy involves forging strategic partnerships with like-minded nations such as the United States, Japan, Australia, and other regional allies. Additionally, India actively engages in multilateral forums like the Indian Ocean Naval Symposium and the Indian Ocean Rim Association to foster collaborative efforts. To bolster maritime security, India has invested in enhanced surveillance and intelligence capabilities, enabling proactive monitoring and swift responses to potential threats. Diplomatically, India is vocal about its concern regarding China's expanding influence. Moving on to the next news. Cabinet approves protocol for establishment of Joint Economic and Trade Committee between India and the Dominican Republic. The protocol was signed between the Ministry of Commerce and Industry of India and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Dominican Republic. It will strengthen economic ties, providing a vital platform for discussions, knowledge exchange, and idea sharing. It will also provide an effective gateway to the larger Latin American and Caribbean markets. The India-Latin American and Caribbean relations hold significant importance on various fronts. Firstly, the energy security aspect is crucial, as Latin America boasts substantial reserves of crude oil, contributing to 20% of global reserves. Additionally, bilateral trade has surged, reaching $50 billion during the financial year 2022-23, fostering economic ties between the regions. Moreover, Latin America's abundance of critical minerals, including copper, lithium, iron ore, gold, and silver, presents opportunities for collaboration in resource development. The strategic significance of the region extends to multilateral diplomacy and in reforming global governance structures like the UN Security Council. If we talk about Indian steps for engagement with Latin American and Caribbean, it includes preferential trade agreement with Mercosur countries in Latin America, focus Latin American and Caribbean program to enhance trade with countries in the region. Also, Indian companies in the Latin American and Caribbean region have invested around $15 billion. If we talk about some issues faced in fostering relationship, then these include political diversity, varying economic abilities, lack of adequate human resources and institutional presence, poor connectivity due to larger distance, and language issues are some issues faced in fostering the relationship. Moving on to the next news. Investment Forum for Advancing Climate Resilient Agri-Food System has been launched in India. Before proceeding, let's first discuss about agri-food systems. Agri-food system refers to the entire process of food production from planting and growing to harvesting, processing, packaging, transportation, distribution, trade, purchase, consumption and disposal. It also includes non-food aspects like forestry, animal rearing and the use of resources for biofuels. Now let's discuss about the Investment Forum. It is a joint initiative of Niti Aayog, Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, and Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations. It aims to develop an investment and partnership strategy to advance climate-resilient agri-food system among government, private sectors, and farmers' organizations and financial institutions in India. Now let's discuss and understand the significance of Investment Forum. The forum identified priorities for financing climate-resilient agri-food systems through diverse investments like equity, grants, bonds, and other financing options. India faces numerous challenges related to climate change, including unpredictable weather patterns and extreme events. Investing in climate-resilient agri-food system is crucial for adapting to these changes. The forum also addresses the growing demand for food, predicted to increase by at least 50% by 2050. To tackle this, the initiative focuses on empowering farmers by providing incentives, particularly to small and marginal farmers who constitute 85% of India's farming population. Moving ahead, Ministry of Education releases All India Survey on Higher Education 2021-22. Initiated in 2011, All India Survey on Higher Education is the main source of comprehensive statistics on the higher education scenario in India. For the first time, all the major stakeholders in higher education participated in data collection exercise through electronic mode. It utilized an online data collection platform through the Web Data Capture Format or Web DCF format. Web DCF has been developed by the Department of Higher Education and the National Informatics Center. Now let's discuss and understand its key findings. In terms of total student enrollment, the top 6 states include Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Madhya Pradesh, West Bengal, and Rajasthan, with a cumulative enrollment of 4.33 crore students, reflecting a significant 26.5% increase compared to 2014-15 trend. Breaking down the numbers further, female enrollment witnessed a substantial 32% increase, reaching a total of 2.07 crore students. The gross enrollment ratio of students in the 18 to 23 age group enrolled in higher education showed a notable rise to 28.4, showcasing an increase from the 2014-15 trend of 23.7. Similarly, the female GER rose to 28.5 from 22.9, indicating a positive trajectory. Remarkably, the Gender Parity Index, which represents the ratio of female GER to male GER, has remained above 1 since 2017-18, underscoring higher female GER compared to their male counterparts. In terms of faculty demographics, the survey reveals an improvement in gender parity with 77 females per 100 male faculty members, marking a rise from 75 in 2020-21. Lastly, the report highlights an increase in the number of university and university-level institutions, reaching a total of 1,168, reflecting a substantial growth with 341 additional institutions. In our next news, nitrogen gas has been used for execution for the first time in the United States. The UN Human Rights Chief expressed concern about the manner of execution, which has reignited debate on the use of capital punishment. Capital punishment or death penalty is an institutionalized form of punishment that involves deliberately executing persons for their alleged misconduct. If we talk about arguments in favor of use of capital punishment, then advocates of capital punishment argue that it serves as a deterrent, discouraging individuals from committing heinous crimes. They also view it as a just response to certain crimes, providing a moral imperative and a sense of closure for victims and their families. However, opponents of capital punishment raise ethical concerns, arguing that it is cruel and violation of individuals' right to life, constituting a breach of human rights. They also highlight concerns about the unproven deterrent effect, the irreversibility of wrongful executions, and the possibility of rehabilitating individuals instead of resorting to punitive measures. Turning our attention to India, where the debate on capital punishment has also been a subject of legal and moral discourse. The Supreme Court affirmed the constitutional validity of the death penalty in landmark cases such as Jagmohan Singh vs. State of Uttar Pradesh 1973, Rajendra Prasad vs. State of Uttar Pradesh 1979, and the Bachchan Singh vs. State of Punjab 1980. The doctrine of rarest of rare was established in the Bachchan Singh case, guiding the judiciary in determining when the death penalty is appropriate. However, the Law Commission of India, in its 262nd report in August 2015, recommended the abolition of the death penalty for all crimes other than terrorism-related offences and those related to waging war. The personality in news for today is Rohan Bopanna. Indian tennis player Rohan Bopanna became the oldest world number 1 in men's double tennis. He is also the oldest tennis player to reach the Grand Slam final. He has a Grand Slam title and 5 ATP Masters 1000 titles. Now let's have a look at his contributions. He represented India at the 2012 and 2016 editions of the Olympics. He is also a member of India's Davis Cup team since 2002. He exhibits the values of perseverance, hard work, and determination. As we conclude today's main news, let's take a look at some quick updates. The Delhi High Court has ruled that the South Asian University is not subjected to the writ jurisdiction under Article 226. The court observed that the varsity's character is that of an international institution as it derives powers from the 2007 Intergovernmental Agreement. It cannot be included under other authority as mentioned in Article 12 of the Constitution of India. On 75th Republic Day, President approves gallantry awards to armed forces personnel. Gallantry awards are announced twice in a year on Republic Day and on Independence Day. NATO started its largest military exercise since the Cold War called Steadfast Defender 2024. NATO was established in 1949 by the Washington Treaty and its headquarters is in Brussels, Belgium. NATO's purpose is to guarantee freedom and security of its members through political and military means. It is a 31-member alliance. Recently, Finland joined in 2023. Unfurling and hoisting of the national flag on January 26, flag is folded or rolled up and attached to the top of a pole. It is then unfurled by the President, who does so without pulling it up. On 15th August, the flag positioned at the bottom of the pole is hoisted by the Prime Minister from the bottom to the top. Tropical cyclone Kirli made a landfall in Australia. Tropical cyclones originate and intensify over warm tropical oceans. Conditions favorable for tropical cyclone include large sea surface with temperature higher than 27 degrees Celsius, presence of the Coriolis force, small variations in the vertical wind speed, a pre-existing weak low-pressure area or low-level cyclonic circulation, upper divergence above the sea level system. Employees Provident Fund Organization has removed Aadhaar from the list of acceptable documents for proof of date of birth. Aadhaar is considered a proof of identity but not of citizenship or date of birth. Stones bearing 11th century Grantham inscriptions and 16th century Tamil inscriptions were discovered near Kangayam in Tamil Nadu. Grantha script is used in Tamil Nadu for writing the Prakrit and Sanskrit language. Grantha script traces its roots to the Pallava period with Mahendravarman's Trichupalli rock cut cave and other cave temple inscriptions. Two persons from Kutiya Kondh tribe attended the Republic Day parade in New Delhi as special guests. Kutiya Kondh are particularly vulnerable tribal groups from Odisha. Currently, 75 tribes are given status of particularly vulnerable tribal groups in India. Families are mostly nuclear and patriarchal in character. Kondhs worship nature and known for their buffalo sacrifice ritual called Kedhu to worship their earth goddess. Before we go, it's time to put your knowledge to test in today's segment of Test Your Learning. Thank you for joining us. We hope you have enjoyed this edition of News Today. To get the answers to today's quiz and to download the PDF of News Today, make sure to check out the links in the description below.